Okay, I don't want my optimism to hold people up too late if this is pretty much everyone that's coming. So I'll just kind of move along with things. The regular weekly meeting of the Senate of the Student Government Association is now in session. This meeting is currently being recorded live. So Fiona for the roll call.
Hey guys, so from last time missing, I have Elias, Kobe, Kai, and Luna. If you think I have that wrong, please just send me an individual message. Thanks guys, good luck with the rest of the semester too, but please still try to come to Senate.
All right. Make a motion to approve the minutes. Is that seconded? I'm gonna assume yes. Going to executive reports. I do not think the president or the treasurer is here, and then we do not have a parliamentarian. So just me. I'll keep things short. I think I forget if I already mentioned this in the email, but I'm assuming that next week is pretty much just going to be a like small check-in, like before we all go away for winter break. So if people can show up next week, I'd really appreciate it, and try to give your all today because it's probably the last time that we're going to actually be doing any Senate work that requires thought for a little while. So I'd appreciate if people can give it the energy that they have left. But I know it's a hard time of year and everyone's got a lot going on. So I do not think there's anybody from the student body here that's anything they'd like to share. Just go through. Okay, seeing no one. So the only new business we had was that when I did that survey a while back and asked people for some feedback, a couple of people mentioned that they were interested in taking time to kind of discuss their ideas for how SGA could be a little bit more engaged with the Colgate community. I was also thinking it might be a good time to like reflect on how we might be able to help out with not only quarantine next semester, but I know we were talking my gov board meeting today that there are about like 200 students that are going to be on campus for the rest of the winter semester. They can't go home and see family because of COVID. So I think it also might be a good time to think about how we might be able to get in touch with them. And I think when Suki was here with the BAC, they said that we still have a ton of money left with the exclusive like SGA fund for like the first years. Basically, like in addition to like the BAC, the SGA has like its own like set fund that we can use to spend. Usually we spend it on things like fall fest, like events we have in person, but because we're not doing that, we have the ability to kind of like if we wanted to like do some kind of like gift or something for the student body, like I think we can do that. So I'll quit rambling and probably just give people like 10 minutes or so to kind of just touch base with some people, or again, if everyone's just kind of exhausted from schoolwork, like just take some time to talk to people that you don't usually get the chance to do that. So see you all in a bit. Hi, sorry, we're all in breakout rooms. So I was like, I'll just send you to one randomly. Yeah. All right. So I would start off with ideas that the group I was in had. So we were kind of first kind of brainstorming ways that we could kind of amp up posting on the Instagram. We were kind of comparing how like a lot of other student groups do a lot of like polls or like interviewing different students on their stories. And oh wait, we also had like what's the thing? Like question or like complaint submissions like through that. So it's kind of our idea. And then we also talked about bringing back like the Senate newsletter, the SGA newsletter, which I think has kind of been lacking this year, talking about what we could address and when. And then in terms of like ideas about ways we could spend the SGA money in a way that benefit all the students, we were talking about coupons for businesses in town that have specifically been struck hard by COVID. And where one example was the movie theater, we know wasn't able to be open for a majority of the semester. So we thought they'd be a good business to help. So did anybody else have anything they want to share from their group? You can just raise your blue hand. So I can't see people's names for some reason. Sorrel, you can go first.
So one thing we talked about in our group was, I see you have up on gift ideas too, is sort of like coupons for town and sort of inspired by what like the flour and salt gift cards that we all got this semester from President Casey. And we were thinking about like distribution issues, especially with some people not coming back to campus. So maybe the mailbox idea wouldn't work, or to get it to people who aren't on campus now or are staying on campus. And so we thought maybe to partner with local businesses and put it out via email. And if they were still concerned with like IDing people and stuff, then like, I don't know, it could still have your name on it and stuff like that. And you could show them through your phone, or you could print it out, but that could be an idea for distribution. And I think it would be something that a lot of people would appreciate.
Dora?
In our group, we also talked about kind of outreach to specifically the students who are on campus right now and throughout the break, and how we might like want to do like a town hall, or like just in the least send out a poll. I really like the Instagram idea, but just like really engaging with them somehow, because like a coupon might be great for them, but they might also like need something else. Like we just have no like, I think it's just important to like open up that like space for a dialogue. So I think a town hall is a good way to do that. But like if we don't have the like resources, whatever, time to plan a whole town hall, we could also just send out like a Google form, whatever.
Rebecca?
I feel like with the money that we have, we could use it to like give the students who are still on campus a pick me up, like whether it's the ice cream sandwiches that we get on like Colgate Day, or just some sort of like treat for them. I think that'd probably be a really good use of our money.
Addie?
One thing that we talked about is doing some sort of like giveaway that would be specifically tailored towards students, either during the quarantine or like after. So we came up with like the ideas of giving out sleds or yoga mats or like resistance bands to get students to like remain active, or like, because I think it's going to be hard. Like quarantine was hard enough in the fall, and now that it's going to be freezing out, it's going to be even harder. And I think the outdoor time is really important. So those are a few other ideas. And then another thing that we talked about is using either t-shirts or like tokens for slices or Fojo beans as an incentive to get students to fill out a survey so we can get input from them.
That's great. Tucker?
Yeah, so in terms of promotion on Instagram, I feel as if we should be collaborating almost with the Colgate University Instagram, because I don't think we're going to be getting our name out there as much if we're not using a bigger platform, especially a platform that the majority of the campus follows. So if we were to have Colgate University Instagram promote us once or twice just to get our name out there. And then also, I want to steal this idea away from Andrew, but he brought up the bothersome box, and we could just use, I mean, I think this was brought up, but just a virtual form of some sort in which students can send in some sort of complaint or concern that they have that we could possibly address.
Thank you, Tucker. Sorry, is it Kai? I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, that's correct. In our group, we were kind of talking, we were talking about the Instagram and like in what way can we like make the Instagram more accessible to everybody and like kind of like get it, like make it more prominent. And what we were talking about is like kind of on the line of like the bi-weekly newsletter, or like newsletters in general. We could kind of do like a video update, because like I'm sure like in the Senate we have like some very like charismatic people that people on campus like to hear from and like to listen to. And I feel like putting a video like each week or every other week like online of that person, someone that's maybe like not the president or someone that like they don't hear from normally, that can kind of just like give a basic idea of like what's going on in the Senate, like a basic overview. And so it's not like you send out an email and you're reading it like another Falcon Amendment or send out like a newsletter. It's more like personal, and I feel like that could be well received. And also talking about like gift ideas or like anything like that. I remember in student government and back in high school, we did something like a stress last week, and Andrew was telling me they did something similar for that for finals last year, where they like give out maybe like ice cream sandwiches, or like hot chocolate stations was a really good one. One that was a big hit at my high school, which I'm not sure how possible it would be, but we did like they brought in puppies and they had puppies like on the quad and whatnot, and people really seemed to like that, and I feel like that could be something that would not only people will enjoy, but also would create a lot of buzz around student government. I feel like because like oh they brought in puppies, so yeah, that's just a thought.
Yeah, those are good. I love the video one. I think that's very, very feasible. Claire.
Yeah, I also share the same like concerns about the outreach of the Instagram. So I think maybe we could either make like a concentrated effort just to like support it maybe on our own Instagram platforms, or otherwise I think I really like the idea of like a newsletter in like the emails, just because like people have to check them for class and stuff, and you know that's how we do the like elections and stuff, and it seems to work pretty well. So I think it'd be a good way of like with the pass fail, it would have been nice to like let people know that we passed that, even though it didn't end up like happening, or like in situations like that.
Is it like an idea? Addie.
One thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is if we consolidate like newsletter updates with announcements that we have, that people will like kind of ignore the email because they'll see that it's about updates and then they won't be interested in it. So maybe like differentiating between updates and like opportunities, like fun opportunities like ice cream, because I feel like if students like automatically put an SGA email in their like trash folder, that then the like fun stuff that we are doing to engage them would just be ignored.
That's a good point. Kai or Claire, did you guys have things, or your hands are still raised?
No,
What'd you say?
Oh, I suppose your hands were still raised. So I suppose
I could respond to that though, for sure. I think, yeah, the subject line like Jack just said, or just like sure they might ignore it, but I think that just like having that like transparency and communication available to the student body, I think would be like really appreciated, especially if there was like a preliminary email that was like, hey, we're going to start sending this out, like this is what to look for, like that sort of thing, kind of like instructions, like a heads up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm adding things from the chat. Anybody else have anything they wanted to add? That's good. Thank you guys for all the ideas. I'm really happy everybody had something to share. Seeing anything else left. Moving on to go to the orders. Anybody have any announcements or anything they wanted to share? Anything random? All right. Seeing none, the chair would be in favor of a motion to adjourn. That's seconded. Alrighty. Have a good week, you guys. Take care of yourselves as finals get closer. See you all soon.